everybody. Now, a while ago, I changed the name of my show from Rutskarn's Indie Horror Attic to Rutskarn's Horror Attic, and it's because occasionally I do want to take forays into some stuff that is a little higher profile. And Outlast is, I think, one of 3 horror games that you can kind of point to as the high watermarks in the revival of horror games. It's kind of like a big thing. There's Amnesia: The Dark Descent, which kicked off the Renaissance, and then as the sort of Screamo, Streamo era began, Outlast and Five Nights at Freddy's were 2 of the games that really kind of rose in visibility, and had enough visual hooks that they could really stand out from the crowd and also attract large audiences. And it was interesting that it took them a while to make a sequel, not a long while, about a usual amount of time. And then when it came out, it received some kind of chilly silence. And a couple of reviews saying it wasn't quite as good. Now, I was not hard enough for Outlast, and I was not charismatic enough to become a Screamo Streamo. So I'm coming into this one from kind of an analytical level. What about this game, just on its own merits, works or doesn't work? And since I don't have a previous entry to compare it to, well, I've seen a lot of gameplay videos of the previous one, but I haven't experienced it personally. I'm kind of interested in evaluating it as its own thing, because again, it's a complete change of location and of themes and premise. So I said, I wonder if to some reviewers that didn't factor somewhat into it. All right, so we're gonna hit new game here. I popped in just to verify that the frame rate was stable enough. So, all right, so we have story mode. I'm just here for the ride. If I was smart, I'd probably take this, but I do want to review this game on a mechanical level as well as a narrative level, so we're probably gonna stick with normal. And what happened when I did the test here was I clicked the hard I enjoy dying just to see what happened, and it put me through. So we're gonna completely ignore Nightmare and Insane. Life Simulator, I'm fortunate enough to say that my life does not contain too much intense violence, gore. Mostly just the first 2 things. Lynn Langerman is an investigative journalist seeking the answers behind a pregnant woman murdered under impossible circumstances in rural Arizona. Impossible circumstances. You are Blank Langerman, her husband, assistant, and cameraman. Record everything. Neither of you are fighters. To navigate the horrors waiting for you in the desert, your only choices are to run, hide, or die. Yeah, that is realistic. But if the child draws breath and the eyes of the Antichrist are allowed to take... Okay. Never mind, I guess. Okay, we're hearing a voice here, which could be our wife's voice. That would make the most sense. Oh, and here we are on the helicopter. Oh. So I did everybody solid, and I turned head movements down to low before, but it's still doing quite a lot of twitching here, so you want to avert your eyes until I have control. You're welcome to.
You know a Jessica? Oh, no.
Okay, I was dreaming about somebody named Jessica. My wife is doing the video game wife thing and being suspicious. Oh, yeah, no, Jessica, yeah. Looks like that was somebody we knew. Probably that was the person screaming then.
Yeah. We can look, but there's nothing out here.
Okay.
Does look pretty empty.
Yep, sure does. I can't decide if that's a good fog effect down there or not. It kind of has a cotton look to it. There's actually less definition to fog in my usual experience, but I guess we're closer to the ground than I think. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and record an intro here. It says we work for some kind of... Oh. The voice actor really sold the tremulous nature of saying, let's choose the word soft so as not to alarm the passengers. Because this is a helicopter, and we gotta land one way or the other. Okay, I have control here. I can zoom in, perversely fixate on her, on the background there. Okay. Okay, Central Arizona. Now, it said the Arizona desert. Central Arizona is kind of mixed between desert, forest, mountain. In my experience of driving through it. Arizona is actually quite a lovely state, and I'll give you a I don't care too much about what they're saying right now, to be honest. Because, again, mostly it seems like she's just recapping the stuff that was in the text intro. There's the stuff about the mercury poisoning. Yep, yeah, it's pretty much just what we know already. I'm actually a big fan of rural Arizona horror in specific. I guess I'll get into that later. Oh, Jesus. Yep, okay. Yeah, this is really working for me. There's two problems I had with that. One was the moment where she flies out and we catch her. It's like, that's action, that's not horror. You know, that's... Because in reality, doing something like that is very difficult to nearly impossible. And, you know, depicting that is like kind of creating a sense of excitement more than like dread or tension. So that was one minor strike. The other thing is that we then cut to the close-up of her face. And in a lot of horror movies, like that kind of extreme, like oppressive close-up can give you a sense of disgust or like terror and like kind of panic you, but there wasn't enough of a build-up to that. We don't know her well enough, so we don't empathize with her. And also, it's a video game, so I'm not trying to, like, experience horror through her. I'm trying to experience it through me. Alright, so we appear to be in a Catholic high school. High school because the locker is Catholic, so that's a crucifix. And that locker just opened, and it's Jessica's. And she's got some first-place ribbons. What I have to assume is us about to do it to him, and then Jessica and my wife... I think we're Brandon, but don't quote me on that, especially since you can click back and check. I know our wife's name begins with an L, but I don't remember what it is. Yep. INRI. I just heard a noise around the corner here, so... Now, when I did the frame rate check, I had to verify that this was... Yep, somebody's walking that way, so let's follow. For some reason, the mouse controls in this game are not super good. I know that seems like a weird thing to say, but I don't know what to tell you. I had to crank down the sensitivity some, because I was just... It felt like there was really, like, strong horizontal axis, and then, like, the vertical axis wasn't really doing anything for me. I actually, you know, I don't quite know why I don't like it. It's 1995, by the way. Or at least they're signing up for holiday concert in 1995. Maybe they plan ahead. And it's actually 1974, but they really want... Nah, that didn't do it. Okay, that was a reasonable attempt on the blood effect, but the problem with the doors slamming like that was that there wasn't anything that I was currently fixating beyond them, so I had nothing to focus on but, like... Well, I had nothing to focus on, actually. I was just... My eyes were kind of unfocused, the doors slam, it's like, oh, that's slightly startling, but it really needed to, like, bam! Like, I was fixated on something, and then the shock comes. And I could tap repeatedly to lift off the thing, but honestly, I'm probably safer under here. Should we just stick around? Yeah, alright. Oh, yep. Big, swole, strong man. Oh, yep. Better check the camera works. You might need to film a gritty survival documentary. Hope you've seen your list out. You can always see objective by pressing tab.
Find Lynn. Nothing matters but Lynn.
Okay, the voice actor sold that line, but that really should not have been something that our character was saying aloud, because it sounds stupid like that. It needed to be, like, just text. Okay, review footage. Okay, that's interesting. It's like a cutscene select mode. Let's see what happens when I select one. Okay. I don't really want to do this, but I guess I could if I wanted to. It is interesting that they actually... They didn't abstract it. They really broke it up by... just standing there with my arms on my sides, which seems inappropriate somehow. They really did break it up by when I was hitting record. I'm guessing that that's just kind of the conceit they're going to use. Now, I remember that Outlast 1 used the camera as like a light source. So, it'll be interesting to see how this game does it. Am I supposed to climb here? I didn't really think so. You're almost never supposed to climb in video games. So let's find a way out. I think it wants me to jump down here. Yeah, it does, which... I don't know about this, actually. Oh. again, this feels weird. I think I actually muffed that jump. I don't think I was supposed to fail that by that margin. To get on the ledge, just move towards it. But this feels a little bit like too action hero-y to be doing a minute into the game, especially since like it's basically like you're a big chump. I know that this is not unreasonable for a fit person to do, although the like jump and like hang was a little weird. I've been really screwing up these jumps. For some reason, I expected to assist, and it doesn't. Like, you have effective jump control. Alright, press right mouse button to raise your camera. Recording will start automatically, as indicated by a blinking red rec light. When the rec sign blinks, it means you're aiming correctly at the recording event. Aim the event until the red circle is full to successfully capture the moment. Oh, that's interesting. Why is it so fucking slow? Okay. Review recorded videos to learn more about events and goals. Oh, I guess it's probably so slow because, there's, going to be moments where, hillbillies are trying to murder me.
No, there's no bodies. She's not in here. Lynn!
Okay. Use night vision to see in the dark, raise your camera, and press F. Press F. Oh boy. So yep, I can see in the dark here, enough to see that there's more cliffside down this way. And I don't know if this was necessarily their intention, but I definitely do feel like I don't have a good sense of where to go, and that I'm just kind of poking around the wilderness.
Not happened in the crash. Fuck this.
That was a lot less scary because my character reacted to it several seconds before I could really tell what was going on. My battery's running low, so I really should stop doing that. I would have liked a chance to, like, actually come close and have the moment of, like, what the fuck is that? Oh my god, that's a body! But actually, my character's like, oh my god, that's a body! And I was like, where? So that wasn't amazing. I guess I need my camera. Yeah. Okay. You can look back by holding left alt. Oh, that doesn't feel great. That does not feel great at all. I don't think I shall be doing that. I don't mind telling you. Okay, I can reload. I probably shouldn't have done that because, you know, it seems like a waste of battery not to wait until it's almost out. It'd be nice if there's, okay. I'm recording something. Yeah, again, I don't see a fucking town. I take his word for it that there is a town. Yeah, I can see it without the night vision mode, but, like, it feels weird that he's calling these things out when it's often kind of, like, foggy and, like, grainy. I don't also see why he had to narrate any of this stuff. I don't feel more scared when a character tells me, you're super scared right now. I feel more scared when I see something scary and have a reaction to it. I don't think the first Outlast did this.
Hello? I'm lost. And hurt.
Yeah, that's a moment where I don't necessarily mind the character saying something if he'd be calling out to somebody. Although, come on, dude. Like, you're gonna knock on that door? Hello? Friend? Please, friend? Okay, here's some stuff in the bushes over there. I'm not very scared yet, which... there's no reason I shouldn't be, particularly. This is pretty unsettling. The art design here is great. The sounds of, like, that door opening over there are kind of unsettling. And, like, that shutter. The sound design is fantastic. Looks like a toy doll.
Who's...
Oh, flesh is grass to fatten oxen, sacrifice, father and father of lies, father and father of lies. To peek, hold Q or E. Okay. I could do that. Hey, you want to knock on this door, Brando? Oh, shit. Oh, this guy over there. And appears to be... that's a nice animation right there. Visually and audio-wise, this game has no complaints for me. I like looking at this game, and I like hearing it. And it's even a nice little detail that, like, I think this was in the original, but, like, that you put your hand on the corner when you peek around it. Okay, that guy's gone, so let's take a little cheeky breaky. Oh. I am Trash Boy into the trash. Okay, and I can peek out of my little garbage can like Oscar the Grouch. Okay, I really hope I'll be laughing when I do that later, but yep. And here's a toy doll, and that may be a real body. There's a portrait of the Heavy. TF2. Okay, hold forward to open door slowly. Okay, I wasn't too far off actually. Pick up a bandage. See how many bandages you have. Press tab.
Find Lynn. Nothing matters but Lynn.
Okay, so he does it every time I open it up? That's not great. Also, review footage? Do I have to review footage? Where does it say how many bandages I have? Am I missing something? It did say to... I just don't understand. Oh, I see. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. That's actually very elegant. I'm just dumb for not noticing that. That's a good idea. You can hide by crawling under beds. That's a good suggestion. Okay. Oh, that's smart. You take a photo of documents and then you look at them that way. I like that. I appreciate all the details, like all the ways that this game is trying to be immersive and like sort of have no HUD. I respect it. I think that takes a lot of craftsmanship. A little bit of graphical glitch there, but we can ignore that. I'm sure you're not liking it, and I'm sure I'll have to do a lot of tweaking, so maybe you won't even notice, but this game is very dark. I set the graphics... I set the brightness up quite high, because I like to do as little post-tweaking as possible, and YouTube's compression fucks with things. But I like a game that really has deep night and shadows. That's fucked. What's fucked up? I'm not looking at anything scary, dude. Oh yeah, that's pretty fucked up. But like, how did you even see what that was without your light on? Let's take a photo, can we? Okay, yeah, we just have to have night vision on. I have to say that the way like it takes so long is, I guess that's fine. I might have liked a mechanic where I had to just like, instead of having it take a long time to record it, maybe it makes me do a very slow, precise movement, like I need to track over it, because just pointing my camera at it feels very unjournalisty, and it feels like a waste of time. I think some crows flew somewhere. I didn't even... Anyway, yeah, I like games with deep shadows and deep night. Sometimes it's bad because you can't see what's happening, but I've always hated, like, since Oblivion came out and, weather effects started really looking impressive, I've always hated, like, the kind of day for night style blue duskiness that a lot of games have. Just have some strong light sources and make a really strong decision is what I think you should do. Okay. Clearly I should be using my camera more. Probably for your sake, as much as anything else. You understand I don't want to... I want to conserve batteries, but I guess that probably won't be possible. I don't yet know how much of this game I'm going to play. I'd like to get into it. I'd like to, give this game a fair shake. But I can also maybe sense that this isn't necessarily a full season. I can see a lot of reasons why it might not be, or why this might become tedious to watch. Devotion, I was going to play through that game all the way through. It deserved it. It's very sad to see what's happening with the developer on account of the whole very stupid political scandal. Yeah, see, great sound design. It's very scary. I definitely feel this oppressive sense hanging over me of, like, what's even out there? I have no idea. Satan's something god. I kind of respect that my character doesn't know how to translate that. Oh yeah, just crawl into this. Just crawl into the Satan bunker. That's a great idea. And it's out of focus over there. What happens if I turn off the camera? Oh, it comes in focus again. So it does want you to turn off the light thing when you're in the dark. Okay. Wait, let's actually read this. The babe is coming, ready the knife. The babe is coming, night's midwife, mother to the enemy staying within. God's creation saved from sin. Hallelujah, stay the storm. No longer must we wait. For some the dawn, the enemy born to die in temple gate. The babe is growing, her belly swells. The babe is growing, sent from hell. Ezekiel waits, a sharpening his blade. Gather at the gate, we kneel and pray. Yeah, that was that's a bop. Okay, we've got a bloody manger covered in flies. Now, let's elephant in the room here. Oh, I like the dark character swats it. I respect that kind of detail. Elephant in the room here. This game obviously deals very directly with themes of Christianity. The question is, does it actually have something to say about Christianity, or is it just using kind of the iconography of Christianity to provoke shock and terror? I would not be offended if that were the case. I don't personally hold strong Christian beliefs. I don't personally hold Christian beliefs. And what I meant to say is that though I come from a Christian background, I don't take much offense to negative depictions of it. But I do think that it's more interesting if you have some kind of philosophical objection or point to draw from in designing your horror, rather than just kind of drawing from recognizable symbols. Okay, and what we've got here is, and this is pretty bad as far as images go, appears to be a pit of babies with a cross hanging over them. So this seems to be like a child sacrifice cult, if I had to guess. Now, again, this is pretty horrible. I should be really unsettled by this, right? Although it's interesting that, yeah, I should be really unsettled by this, but I'm not. I feel like I didn't have enough time for not this to become normal. Jump scares can be scary whenever, but for really, like, gruesome, like, ghastly imagery to settle in, I feel like you need a run-up to it. I feel like you kind of need that. You need to start off by just kind of, like, unsettling and, like, having weird, like, uneasy things. You can't really jump straight to this, or else it doesn't work. Okay. To crawl, press C. Okay, so I've got a crawl and a crouch. I like that. I respect a horror game with lots of different movement modes. Often I find the different movement modes help make me feel more immersed, even if they don't have a direct gameplay application, which they should. Okay. So, my camera's running low on battery here, but again, I'm loath to reload it until I absolutely have to. Okay, I went to crawl automatically, but crouch probably makes more sense. Okay, there's a woodshed here, and there's a battery. Okay, some old lady is praying to herself. Something about that voice actually makes me feel like she might not be an enemy. Like she might be an NPC who kind of like gives us the Harbinger warning. But I'm not going to take a chance. We'll see if the game forces me into contact with her. She's not having a good time. Well, you know what? I think that she might be a bad person. I think that maybe I'm not her friend. Let's go on our merry way. Just kind of back into this corner here. I don't think there's a way around. Oh, I could probably... Actually, no, I probably can get around here. Let's just stand up. Am I missing something? It seems like I could easily scale up this and then onto the roof of the shack and then get around her. But, it doesn't seem like I'm supposed to, so I guess... I don't see her now. I'm bad at stealth games, which that could be a huge problem here. But, okay, locked. That could end up being a huge problem here, but we'll just have to see, won't we? Yeah, let's just crawl in here. It's a great idea. And some terrible thing has gone on in this room of the house, so we're going to avoid that. Now, I will say, as much as I'm justly praising this game's art direction and sound design, if you remember when we began Layers of Fear, I had lots of little details that I was picking up in the environments. These, I don't really know what to tell you. This is a very old style. This is something you see a lot in museums in the Southwest, where, like, this is what pioneer life was like. It doesn't necessarily represent what a lot of actual current rural Arizona looks like. So that does kind of do a good job of setting the... See, like, look at this cast iron stove. It does do a pretty good job of, like, kind of setting the story here, setting the scene. I can unlock and open this door. I'm not sure why I did that, but I did. But I'm not seeing a lot of details that really, like, communicate anything so much as are really gruesome. Like, oh, it's a dead baby. Oh, it's an entire Costco-sized pallet of dead babies. Oh, something scary's happening. Now, I will say that I have, at several points, gotten the sense that my character was in danger, but I don't actually know that I have been. So, if that's the case, then that's very well done on the game. That's not necessarily easy to do, since these games are very, tend to have a, like, once you've played a few of them, you tend to have a pretty good sense of, like, the rules, and here we go. Although in a horror game, breaking the rules is not necessarily always a bad idea. Okay, I did that, and now what do I do? Oh yes, the bottom rungs of this ladder are broken, so maybe I crawl on top of it, and... Do you hate him, God? Well, I'm not a big fan of it. Okay, yeah, I can push this over the wall here and use that to platform. Yep, and I can peek from the ledge. It doesn't seem like there's anything up there, even though there, like, definitely is, right? Okay, and I can't seem to scale up here. Let me find the right way up. Okay, so I specifically had to crawl up where the ladder was, even though I could have to go back and review the footage, but I don't actually think I interacted with it at any point. Okay. Yep, and that appears to be a Bible passage. Let's see, how do I go back and actually review this? Okay, so, clean text, there we go. That's nice. And you and your people have made war in the fields of my son, and Eretz Israel. My land laid waste, my seed firmly set against Babylon, the Assyrian, against Rome, but fallen to the Muslim and fallen in crusades and betrayed in the time of the publican Pharisees. This is a deep cut for a horror game. Usually they're kind of blunt, like they find a Bible passage that's like, and lo, people shall get really fucked up, and the Lord is just gonna barbecue people ass first. But this is, I honestly just kind of like going over it. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck this means, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Again, I seem to have accidentally taken a photo here. Okay, loving God continues to bless me with visions, and I know more certain ever that enemy is near with us every day. I was scrubbing the floor from stains of the floor of Daniel's room, and the blessed music rose inside me and sank me into the true sight, where I saw a creature like the burning sun, with inward rings of teeth on teeth, and dangling beneath limbs that I took to be arms, but were cocks that rose in childing purpose. And at this monstrous sun descended, it fucked the earth and birthed some great and slouching horror from the fire. I was filled with the same fear, so great that I could not breathe nor move, and saw myself all those years back blinding Daniel with the lie, and tried to weep, but I could not. When I awoke, I found myself wet with lusting, painfully delirious, to feel a man inside me, and the feeling was not so far different from the fear. I tried to cover myself with your teachings. Terror is joy, the movement of God, but I would take a greater comfort in your manhood inside me, and a firm prayer that the Antichrist to be strangled in my womb. The most faithful of your flock in holy longing. Lisa. Okay. Kinky. I'm not here to shame, although murdering children is a little too spicy for my tastes. What is this game about? Is an interesting question, which I hope to... this game is about eating shit, apparently. Is this the bandage tutorial? I feel like this might be the bandage tutorial. Oh, and we've got glasses. That's...
Jesus. Who?
This lady looks a little fake.
Okay.
What did that comment add to the horror game? I just don't know. Yeah, that lady looked a little bit Bloodborne-y, which actually was not very frightening. Again, I think this game is going a little too hard this early on. It's just coming off corny instead of scary. You can hear through walls to track sounds with your camera's microphone. Oh, that's neat. Press V. That's neat. Okay. Oop. There we go. God, a lot of corn going wasted in this town. Okay, so I guess you can hide by crawling under beds. So I'm guessing what I'm supposed to do here is... I'll just bring that back up. Okay, it sounds like he's over there, so let's open up this door. What the fuck? No. Okay, there's an obstacle in my way. That's one thing that video games have never quite fixed is, you know, when you're in the darkness and you bump up against something. Okay, that was unclear. It just said, press left control to hide in waist-high plants. Have I already done that? If I press control, am I going to stand up and get seen? Or is this like a special contextual thing? It appeared to be a special contextual thing, because I pressed control and I don't think I actually stood up the first time. Like, I had to check twice. But that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. And I'm gonna be a little optimistic here and say that he can't hear me. Or that he can't see me in this darkness. Oh boy. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait for him to turn his back again, and then I'm gonna try to creep on through that window. Once he's beyond the corner there. I don't know if that microphone mode drains battery or not. I really wish they would have explained that. You know, in general, I don't mind if mechanics are unclear and it creates a sense of uncertainty, as long as the mechanics are not necessary to succeed and continue experiencing the game, which in this case they most certainly are. By the way, if we ever do run into a situation where I want to keep playing the game, but I just keep getting killed and it's not fun, I will simply go back and change the difficulty back to story. I don't mind replaying through all this section, especially since I could probably get through it at a sprint. And this has unfortunately not helped me much. I guess I got a place to hide, but... Oh, you know what? No. Here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait using my microphone mode, which is an interesting mechanic. And I'm going to wait until he's securely around that corner again, and then I'm going to sneak out. What is he up to? Like, what is he actually doing here? Actually, I can just get through here. I don't need to wait for anything. Famous last words. Oh. Let's just creep around the back. Now, turn back on microphone mode. I like this mechanic. Fuck me. I like this mechanic. I'm screwed. I backed up against a corner here. Barrel time. Yep, let's go. Okay. What was that peek button? Oh! I'm stupid. Alright, well, let's just run like fuck. Oh, wow, that was a fast death. Oh, I'm not dead. Which meant that was a terrible time to heal. Also, I have no idea what the fuck happened there. I don't know if anybody still knows where I am. This is more confusing than scary. Okay, let's see. This is actually a dead end. Unless I'm mistaken here. I need to go through that window. Oh, they won't come any closer because of something. Like they're razzle-dazzled. Okay, let's just get the fuck out of here. Yeah, take a picture, why don't you? It'll last longer than the rest of your fucking life. I have to respect that sprint. This guy's a fucking beast. That was like motorcycle speed. Okay. See if I can find a way through here. Yep. Hole in the fence. Hole in the fence. Yeah, so far there's nothing here that's particularly, like, perturbing or speaking to me on a religious level. It's... Lynn? Fuck, what? What's Lynn fuck? Did you hear her? I didn't hear her. Lynn fuck, though, just so you know. Okay, yeah, so okay, yeah, now I hear her. Oh, I do appreciate that the bandage I put on myself is bloody. That's a nice detail. And also that it's still there. Like that actually feels pretty realistic. Not so much that I bandaged myself standing in the middle of the area there. Okay. Oh. Okay, these guys are prisoners. This is pretty unsettling. Oh, there's a note down there. Let's go ahead and pick this up. And I'm gonna go back and read all these in a little bit. I prefer not to just like stop and try to figure it out there. I kind of want to have some momentum, especially since I hate to say this. Oh, I see. I'm holding the key. That's great. Add in per espera. I don't know what that means. I like that I was holding the key there, but to be honest with you, I kind of feel like these notes have been meaningless thus far. They've been like creepy, some of them, kinda, but I don't feel like that they've actually done anything to meaningfully immerse me in this situation. Yeah, it's okay, jammed. I wonder if there's an endpoint to this speech. And, I mean, it actually, even, so the fact that it keeps going even makes me wonder if I could be too late, you know? Oh, I can crawl under here. This is probably it. Oh, but it's scary, because, yep. It's scary, because that guy's gonna grab me. That was kind of a carnival scare. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Some sacks of... I mean, we got our own branding for the grain sacks here, so this is probably an agrarian operation. This might be an actual, proper, like, realistic, self-sustaining cult. Like the kind that actually, like, turns a profit. In fact, turns a surprising amount of profit because the employees are essentially slave labor. Agrarian cults can turn bank, so if anyone ever invites you to join one, just think, who benefits? Who benefits from me summoning our Dark Lord? You can hide by entering a wardrobe. Yeah, I figured that out already, thanks. That's the only thing that wardrobes exist for in video games. Two things. Hiding in them, picking out a lovely outfit for them. If you're Agent 47, you can live your best life and do both. Really, it's not great that happens. I'm not super like upset about graphics glitches in general, but that one's a little not good. How like there's kind of flickering going on whenever we. Hey, Lynn, what? How did that happen? Oh right, okay. Yeah, here, Lynn. Let's take out the camera and snap a Polaroid. Well, I respect your gumption. I respect your hustle, kid. Let's see if I can actually get down there somehow. Oh. What? Oh, okay, I can go through the window. Yeah, that makes sense. That's better.
Oh God. No.
What the fuck?
I don't know. We have to run.
Oh yeah, well, let's get the fuck out of here. Come on, let's go. Watch your butt.
Where are we going?
Oh yeah, we had to run this far exactly, and now we need to vogue. Now we vogue into the camera. Oh, no more running. Let's go really slowly now.
Ah! Oh God.
What is it?
My stomach.
Did they give you like the pregnancy juice?
Wrong.
Like the evil baby pregnancy juice? Is that what's happening? I'm just shooting in the dark here. Although it's actually not dark right now. It's quite bright. Perhaps because we can't bring up our video camera.
Stop.
Oh, we can bring up our video camera.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ, Lynn. What's happening here?
I thought you were dead. When you fell, I thought we were all dead.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm here. We're gonna get out of here, okay?
God,
What did they do to you?
I can't talk about it.
Yeah, don't make her talk about it right now. Get the fuck out, both of you. Just both of you get the fuck out. Why are you having this conversation right here? This is so unnatural. Okay. And she's moving here and I'm just kind of like I'm just kind of along for the ride with mono hands. I do respect that it only engages your left hand here, which leaves you free to engage the environment with your right. I like the consistency. I cannot hit tab and check things.
I can't. Not now.
Oh, she's sexually assaulted.
Let's just get
I
out of this place.
I don't know, like
Okay.
I was kind of hoping it would be more abstract than that, but the narration here is making it seem like it might not be. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I swear to fucking Christ, the first person who touches me loses their eyes.
Okay.
No!
Oh. Yep. 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 Failure is forbidden until it is mandatory.
You motherfuckers! Get off me! You leave her alone! Leave her alone! Lynn!
Hey, how come they get flashlights? I guess I don't actually want a flashlight. Never mind, I take it back. No flashlight needed. Okay. I'm not even sure what's happening here. Exactly. Oh, this game's not good. Oh, I am not feeling it. Oh, look how creepy that guy is! Look how creepy that is! I should have had a reaction there. Like, I should have... Or, like, it should have been, like, in my face more. Or something. Like, that's, like, a disturbing thing right there.
God doesn't love you. Not like I do. Yes, my love. Ah. We have, mother. I think I'll see you again.
Oh shit! Lynn!
Well, this is a horror game, and I respect their ability to explore whatever kind of dark areas of discomfort they want to artistically. I will say, personally, as a player, I'm not sure I ever do want to be pinned down and licked. That's not so much scary or, like, kind of horrifying to me as it is just really, really uncomfortable.
Christians and something else.
What? Was that just me recapping the... Okay, well, I'm done for today. Hope you... If you want more of these, let me know. I'll happily show you more of this.